Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I got some news which some of you might know already, but some of you don't know. First of all, I want to give thanks to God for life, strength, and health. Guys, never take that for granted. Having health, having strength, having life. If you believe in God, you don't believe in God, so be it. But for me, I don't take those things for granted. Believe you me, I can't do any of these things without strength, health, and some life. So I just wanted to just say that before going into what I'm going to talk about. So Justice League, this is the breaking news. Some of you guys already know this, some of you guys don't know this, but I'm going to lead it off by talking about a couple things that hinted towards that. So one of the things that hinted towards that, if you guys can recall back in history, Henry Cavill came out with a t-shirt with a Green Lantern signal on it. I don't know if you guys remembered that. And that was hinting to something. And then, of course, we got that beautiful picture which said Unite the Seven. Remember that, guys? Unite the Seven. So that hinted to us that we had 6 members. We had Superman, Flash, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Aquaman, right? That's 6 people. But there was one missing member. Now we know that that missing member that unites the 7 is actually going to be a Green Lantern Corps member, and that was broken to us by The Wrap. So The Wrap said that 1, the Justice League is exactly a year away. It will be in theaters November 17, 2017. And then we already know Ben Affleck is going to be Batman. You see his tactical suit. You know, Gal Gadot is going to be Wonder Woman, and she's coming out with a Wonder Woman movie, which I really hope they get right. They just got to get the story right for Wonder Woman. You know, of all the movies, Man of Steel, they got it right. Okay, I enjoyed Man of Steel a lot. I do agree that the ending where he snapped Zod's neck was kind of a little bit... It's how they delayed it. You know, it kind of felt... It didn't feel fluid. Like, what I mean by it didn't feel fluid, it still felt like a forced ending. Like, Superman had Zod in a headlock, and Zod was just like burning. He was just using the heat vision. You know, Superman, even though he gave Zod a warning, it still felt like Zod could have gotten out of that grip and flipped Superman or something. So I always felt that it still felt forced. It didn't feel like the ending. I understood what Zack Snyder was trying to do. But that's about it. That's my only critique for Man of Steel. Man of Steel is one of those fantastic movies. I hope that Wonder Woman surpasses Man of Steel in terms of storytelling. Man of Steel was pretty linear. It had a couple of flashbacks, but it was mostly linear. I'm hoping that Wonder Woman is kind of like that. Pretty linear. No jarring, kind of edgy cuts. Really refined. I think that Patty Jenkins is a very good filmmaker. If you've ever watched any of her movies, she's very good at what she does. So I'm hoping that Wonder Woman won't feel like Suicide Squad. It won't feel like Batman v Superman. At least the theatrical cut, the ultimate cut to me was very good. Okay, I'm just hoping that Wonder Woman falls along the lines more of what Man of Steel and what the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman is. I hope that they take just the right amount of time to develop the story, but not hover too much in one area. Because for Wonder Woman, let me just say, for people to get this origin story right, for them to get it right, they need to stay more conventional, not the unconventional way of storytelling. So they have to go the conventional route. Don't just chop up the story. You know, don't make it abrasive and cutting. This time, for Wonder Woman, this particular kind of movie calls for some finesse. It calls for some good timing. It needs to be more predictable in terms of storytelling. People should be comfortable going through the story and getting themselves immersed into the story. For this one, you don't really want to go too experimental on it. You want to be able to do it conventional ways to tell the story so people can hear the story. So I'm hoping, I think Patty Jenkins should do a great job of that. I'm hoping that's what I see on the screen for Wonder Woman. A much more conventional storytelling. But the story itself should be remarkable. I was watching the animation Kubo and the Two Strings, conventional storytelling, but it got you totally immersed in the story. The stakes were very high. People were dying. All kinds of things were happening, and that's the kind of storytelling you want to be able to immerse in it and let the story pull you along. And I'm hoping that Patty Jenkins does that. And I'm hoping Warner Brothers does not tamper with Patty Jenkins' work, that it really comes out really good. David Ayer, he had a sort of more raw style, and I enjoyed David Ayer's style. I enjoyed the theatrical cut. But for Wonder Woman, particularly for Wonder Woman, because of the times we live in, the political environment that we live in, it's very important they get this Wonder Woman right. I think it's going to inspire a lot of people, and I'm hoping it inspires women as well, which they should have equal rights. They should have equal pay in the work. They should be respected for their opinions on things. It's still a struggle to this day for women to be respected for their expertise in that area. And I think that's something that's sad, and I think that America has taken a step backwards with this Donald Trump presidency in terms of that. It's really sad, but in making progress, you sometimes have to take steps backward. We just want to make sure that the steps are not irreversible steps backward, where you can't get back that ground. And economically, I'm hoping that it doesn't hurt the economy too much that you can't make back up the ground, like I said before. So we'll see what happens. But yes, it's very important that Warner Brothers gets this particular story right. For many reasons. This is a high stakes sort of thing. This one's very important. It's not a make or break for Warner Brothers in terms of film. They have their base. Their base is going to go out and see all their films. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to make or break them, but it's really critical at this particular time in the world's development that they get Wonder Woman right. And I believe that they will get Wonder Woman right. I don't really care what the critics think. I don't even care if the critics rate it very, very low. I don't really care. I just care that they get this particular story correct. I don't care about critics. I just care that, and I hope they're not trying to please critics when they do this, or the executives, and I hope that the executives don't screw up this thing. So far, the executives have not screwed up but one Zack Snyder movie, and that is Batman v Superman. They screwed that up, okay? They really did. Warner Brothers, you screwed up on that one. You should have put out the ultimate cut. David Ayer's film, you didn't screw up on that one. So you're improving, okay? Please do not screw up Wonder Woman. I have faith that WB will not screw up Wonder Woman. But I am sort of iffy since I heard they brought out the extended cut of Suicide Squad. But actually, I shouldn't have worried about it. The extended cut is not, in my opinion, as good as the theatrical. So I think Warner Bros. Is on the right track. This is Geoff Johns. This is Patty Jenkins. This is Geoff Johns is overseeing everything. Hopefully he's able to protect Patty so Patty can create her film, just like how the director of Inception and the Batman Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan, was able to protect Zack Snyder so Zack Snyder could produce Man of Steel. So I'm really looking forward to that. Unfortunately, Zack Snyder was not protected enough with Batman v Superman, which was a very huge movie, and I believe a lot more people would have actually been more kinder to the movie had it been the ultimate cut. It would have been a lot longer, but I am pretty sure it would have been so much more fluid that people wouldn't be pointing out so many flaws in the movie. And even I think the infamous Martha scene that people say is a problem probably wouldn't have been a problem either. However, having said that, they should have learned from their mistakes. Get Wonder Woman right, because Wonder Woman has a potential for far-reaching consequences, not just in terms of movies, but also in terms of the society we're in right now. So it's very important that they get Wonder Woman right. Anyway, that's not what this is about, but I really needed to digress, because Henry Cavill is going to be returning to Justice League. The Flash is going to return to Justice League. Like I said, Aquaman is going to return to Justice League. Cyborg is going to return to Justice League. And Aquaman's Mira is going to be in addition. I don't know if Mera is going to be with Aquaman, if Mera is fighting Aquaman, if Mera is Aquaman's wife. I don't know. But we'll have to see when it comes to Justice League. It should be interesting anyway. We know Commissioner Gordon is in there. We know that Darkseid, in some way, his presence is going to be felt in this movie. And we also know that Steppenwolf is going to be there. And the person who's playing Steppenwolf is going to be Ciarán Hinds, who's from Game of Thrones. So that's pretty interesting. And of course, here is the reveal. The big reveal. We know that a member of the Green Lantern Corps is going to be in Justice League in a key sequence. And that's huge. Like I said, all the signs were there. It all pointed to this being the 7th member of the Justice League. And for sure, it definitely is going to be there. Of course, we're going to have the mother boxes there. And we're also going to have Deathstroke somewhere inside of the story of Justice League. So, I mean, the Wrap put this out. I don't know if this information is validated by Warner Brothers, but I can say that this is really interesting. I thought that the 7th member would be Green Lantern. I think I said that on a DC site somewhere on Facebook. And there it is. Alright? So I decided to give this information straight from the horse's mouth. Everybody else is quoting the Wrap, so I'm quoting the Wrap as well. And if the Wrap is accurate, great. Now, the only thing I want to say is, and I'm really hoping that this is heeded, I do hope that the trailers do not give away too much for the Justice League movie. I really hope that. Another big mistake that was made with Batman v Superman was showing all the fight scenes between Batman and Superman. They should never have done that. Should have left it in the movie for people to see, watch, and be amazed. And they did the huge reveal of Doomsday, which you shouldn't have done. You should have just allowed that to happen in the movie for people to see Doomsday was in it. So there's just a lot of things that I think are poor decision making on Warner Brothers' part when it came to Batman v Superman. I also saw that they did something like that with Suicide Squad, especially very close to the deadline. They started pumping out trailers, pumping out scenes from the film. Don't do those things, will you guys? Hold back stuff. I mean, you gotta hold back stuff. Otherwise, we might as well just watch the movie for free. I mean, you're pumping out all the trailers. Don't do that. Like, for the Justice League trailer, give us just a small bit of the movie. We don't need to see everything. It's same thing with Wonder Woman. We've seen enough of Wonder Woman. We don't want to see any more. I don't want to see all the action scenes. I don't want to see all of that. Just give us a little bit. I don't want to know the story. I don't want to know anything. I want to go into the cinema knowing the story. I want to know what it is I'm watching. I want something fresh and new to me. I don't want to see it, So, pretty much I'm saying, don't give the best parts of the movie away either in the trailers. Don't do that. Alright? These are some of the things that they made a mistake with Batman v Superman. People, you want to hold back on the best parts of a film so people can go watch the film and actually enjoy it. And say, wow, this is great. They did it with Doctor Strange. They didn't throw the whole film at everybody. So when you go and you watch Doctor Strange, it's not that bad. I mean, it's pretty decent. You know what I mean? So I hope that DC and Warner Brothers will take heed to these things. I don't think you should vomit out everything for everybody. And besides, Justice League is it's almost a year away from now. Okay? It's a year away from now. A little less than a year away from now. Don't blow your wad before the time. You want people to be interested, give them a little 50-second something, repeat stuff, and don't give them. I hope they don't reveal Green Lantern in the trailer that comes. Don't reveal it, or someone from the Green Lantern Corps. Don't do that. Okay, we know somebody in the Green Lantern Corps is there. That's good enough. We don't need to see them. We'll see them when the movie comes out. Okay? So I'm just hoping that Warner Brothers and DC doesn't overdo it. Because you give little tidbits, that's fun. Okay? Zack Snyder with the glove on his hand and stuff. That's awesome. But don't give away the film, man. I'm just hoping that. Don't, because then people have a downer. They have a bitter taste in their mouth. Or they're not as excited after seeing a movie and want people to just go see the movie. You have to temper stuff. So I'm just hoping that Zach and also uh, the people who are featuring Patty Jenkins for Wonder Woman, I hope they just kind of keep everything under wraps. And when it's time, we'll go watch the movie. And then when the movie's showing, then you can probably add a little trailer or a little something to show a little bit more because people have seen the movie. Don't do it before, man. Just don't do it. I know you're trying to hype people up, but then people get hyped up so much and they go see the movie and they're disappointed. So don't hype people up to the extent where they're disappointed. Then you get bad word of mouth on your movie, and then it makes a ton of money to begin with, and then slides down the slope. Don't do that. All right, you guys have a great one.